Okay, guys, really quickly, I want to discuss with you how to go about sourcing all of your parts and the parts you're going to need for this build. The first one, you're going to need a trigger. I'm using an 18-volt cordless drill that was mint brand new. I got it cheap, 10 bucks, and it came with this. I was going to use the motor, but I've decided since to go brushless, I don't need this. But you could use that motor if you want a slower setup. That'll give you maybe a 15, 20 kilometer an hour setup. It won't be very fast, but if you're using the pedals to assist you and you have the generator, it'll still be pretty fast. That'll be enough for most people. You could go with a brushed motor setup. I want a setup that's going to be 30 miles an hour plus, so I am going with a brushless setup. That being said, move on down here to my switchgear. I've gotten a lot of switchgear for free, and I'm going to show you where. I got this free. I got the rack for free. I got these free. That's going to be my solar panel setup. Everything here was gotten dirt cheap, guys. I have about $300 into this build so far. Now that covers the bike. I'm going to show you the rest. Okay, you guys, so really quickly, I'm going to go over where my donors were and the kind of things I've been finding that have been worthwhile. For one, we got this battery here. The battery was not the issue. This guy was in it. I got the case, and this is a NiCad charger. You can see these are NiCad cells. And this NiCad charger keeps track of 10 channels, guys. It'll keep track of 10 different packs and charge them individually. It is not a balanced charger for LiPos, but you could program it as one since it is programmable. This is a very sick bit of kit, and this will be what runs my solar charging setup. I found my solar panels for free as well, guys, but I have those tucked away, so they're not in this video. Partly because I don't think you have to do it. It's not necessary. This is going to donate me some switches. I have some 3-position switches on there. One of them is going to be replaced by this one right here for the motor. It's going to be on 2 of these for the end amperage. This one is going to be for my boost switch so that I can turn down the current right before it enters the boost switch and absolutely fine-tune absolutely every aspect of my performance. This is going to be awesome. The light I'll use as well. It'll come on when the battery is under draw because it'll be connected between the battery and the motor only. So when the motor is pulling off the battery, the light will come on. That way you can fine-tune your riding style to maximize your range. Honeywell, Noma, these are great names, guys, famous for great switch quality. I pulled the 2 fan switches that are on it now. As you can see, they're off, 1 or 2. That's not really good. This is a 4-position switch and an off. This is a full, precise, really smooth operating control right here. And high amperage to boot. These are great. I found these in the garbage for free, guys. The Dremel kit. I found this for free, guys. I'm going to go buy my Dremel. But I'm not including it in the cost of the build. But know that you can get these things cheap or for free. The parts you need are all around you. All you got to do is find out when garbage day is and go for a walk. I didn't have to dig through any garbage cans. I didn't have to get my hands dirty. Every one of these pieces was found on the street. This one supplied the vast majority of my switchgear. As it stands right now, this and this fan provided everything for the prototype. But then there's upgrades. Keep your eyes open. The situations I'm putting these in are very low amperage, guys. They're not high amperage at this point in the system. These are capable of much higher amperage, okay, but we're not going to be running high amperage through there, which means they'll be much more reliable. These are actually much better quality switches, and you can feel it when you operate them. Honeywell's not bad. If you can find a Honeywell, you can use all the switch gear out of it, and it'll be just fine. Same with something like this. Same with something like this. You find a power charger where the battery's dead. This one had all kinds of things, a power supply. It also had 2 12-volt jacks that I'm going to use in my solar charging system. You'll see that later because it has a built-in fuse setup, and it allows me to wire everything up easy with a disconnectable wire that'll leave the sockets in place, one on the bike and one on the rack for the solar panel setup, so I can just have all that be disconnectable and readily removable. My rack is quick release, so it'll make the whole system quick release if I want to remove the charging setup from it. I'll show you guys that later and how to build your own. That being said, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to cover the fact that so far, I have literally not spent a single penny on trying to build this bike, and it's almost finished, you guys. I'm going to have to buy a soldering gun, a generator, and a motor.